So one of the things that Patrick is showing you right now is the Ross character. He's a British commando character, and most of his skills and abilities are all geared towards more of a frontal assault or run and gun kind of gameplay. And but in the game there's also 2 other characters you can play, and to switch between them you can do this radio rally points. For right now we're going to stick with Ross. We'll show you a couple of these other characters a little bit later, but just for your information, anytime you come across one of these radio points, that's a spot where you can switch to one of the other 2 characters. As you can see, Patch using a different array of weapons, including the Thompson machine gun, which is one of the default weapons for Ross, along with some grenades he's been throwing. You can also pick up weapons from the enemies as they drop. You can see the little the placeholder icons we have right now for the weapons. This is a German MP40 submachine gun. There's also another array of weapons, things like the Kar 98 rifles, stationary weapons like the MG42, and any weapon that any of the enemies are carrying. When you take an enemy out, you're able to pick up that weapon and use that weapon yourself. So one of Ross's special skills is he's stronger than the other 2 characters. We can move things out of the way, like this barrier here that allows Ross to get to this avenue that the other 2 characters couldn't get. When we show you, once he's done with this, we'll go back and we'll show you a little bit for the other characters and show you the other avenues that they could go, that they could use that the other 2 characters couldn't use. One thing to notice about the enemies is we try to minimize the amount of scripting in our AI on the enemies. So all these AIs have a lot of different behavior. They're all trying to find cover nodes, and they're all using a system of vision and hearing to determine what sort of tactics they're going to use on the player. So when you play this level as a different character, or even if you just play the same level as the same character, the enemies are going to be in different locations. They're going to be doing different things. So it's really up to the player to kind of determine what's the best tactics at that particular juncture. So now that Patrick's cut the power to the cable cars and preventing further reinforcements from coming in, we'll bring you up to the top here if you can make it out alive, and we'll show you some of the other avenues that the other characters would be able to have. Having taken a little damage here, you can see we've got our placeholder effect for health being damaged. For the player to regain their health, they're going to need to find cover and stop moving for a little bit. So it really encourages the gameplay of finding cover, make sure you're staying behind cover rather than just running through the level. That won't be a very effective tactic in our victory. Uh-oh, you gonna die? We'll go back to the point where we showed you where Ross pushed that barrier out of the way, and we'll show you two different avenues that you could be. Whether or not you're the ranger, the army ranger, the bull of the army ranger, who's got abilities which include using a rope and hook, which allows him to climb to certain sniper vantage points that the other guys can't get to. And there's also the third character, Taggart, who's a covert operative. And Taggart has several different skills, one of them being pick locks. And there's a couple locked doors in this level that if you, as you're playing Taggart, you can pick those locks. It allows you to get around behind the enemy and kind of sneak up behind them. Let me load up the first one again. We'll show those. Just in case, I'll give you the God cheese so we don't. Why don't you go up to the top and we'll just we'll show where those two avenues are. Now, Patrick can make his way upstairs. We'll show you where the ranger would go if you're playing as the ranger. Of course, he's in God mode right now, so he's not worried about dying. So making his way up these stairs, this would be a different, again, a path that if you're playing the Army Ranger Bull, character would be available to you. So again, one of his skills is using rope and hook, and right now we've got the placeholder icon of the blue rope, and if you get up to that as you're playing the ranger, you get your typical use key, and that will allow the ranger to be able to climb down that rope and be able to get down in the area past the enemies that wasn't available to Ross or would not be available to Taggart. And then quickly we'll run down these stairs, and I'll show you where the locked door would be for Taggart. So that door's locked, and as Taggart, you'll be able to unlock this door, you'll be able to get around the enemies, and another one of the special skills is he's able to sneak by crouching, which allows him to not make any noise. He can sneak behind guys and provide stealth kills. So we'll go ahead and jump out of this level, and we'll show you another level that takes place in the